All right, confession time. Um, this is something that I've been doing more frequently, and I'm in a process of learning to show my vulnerabilities. And yeah, so let me give you context to what I'm experiencing right now. So, I've been actively seeking out how to communicate to an audience, how to communicate to camera, and how to communicate in general. It's really strange. On one hand, I've been studying human communication at quite a deep level, and I understand human connection, human like group psychology, psychology of human beings, and how to communicate. But then, on the other hand, I'm learning how to communicate to camera. I'm learning how to communicate to an audience, and more importantly, I'm learning how to communicate in a structured manner, and that is so challenging for me. So I have a speech that I'm going to do tonight. I'm actually doing my first lecture. I'm doing it on creating content with a message, and I've been seeking out mentorship in my public speaking journey, so to speak. And it's so crazy, right? Like, what I'm experiencing right now is like everyone has feedback for you. And that feedback is sometimes beneficial, but other times it's really challenging because it's challenging to apply. They don't, they themselves in the communication, that there's one thing to give feedback, but to give it effectively so the person can get better is another route to this form of communication. And so what I've been experiencing being on the receiving end, and I've opened myself up fully, so I've created all of this. But what I've found through this process is it's been extremely challenging. It's like speaking in structure is my complete weakness. And I'm obviously going to get really good at it because this is something I'm going to focus on. But for some reason, there's like some sort of block in my mind that I just like I literally get stifled, and my energy shifts, and I'm unblocking things inside my subconscious mind. Now, it's really interesting to go through this process through people that have never seen me go through my blocks. And generally speaking, like, let's say camera blocks, like, I don't have to choose to post this, like if I'm getting blocked in camera, I don't have to post this, if I'm getting blocked in communication, let's say with my family or something, I don't need to talk about it, I don't need to show it, it just happens. But what's fascinating about going through this transformation is that I am being exposed and opening myself vulnerably in front of humans, and it's really interesting process. And so today I have my speech, and I went for training on Friday or Sunday or Tuesday. I can't remember one of the days, but I went for training on one of these days, and I was just sweating and all this like subconscious block was I was just facing it. And I figured out I've basically created this persona where I've realized what I do when I'm presenting, because I'm trying to focus on the structure. I focus so much on the structure that I forget my words, and I don't speak in me, and I call it presentating Tom. So I start speaking from presentating Tom. And what presentating Tom does is he speaks with words that he's heard the information from. So maybe I express or articulate something in a way that I wouldn't normally speak in, or a way that I wouldn't explain in. But because I'm being like clinched by the structure of trying to figure out the structure, it's literally pain in my chest. I get like this knot in my chest. And because I'm trying to focus on the structure, I basically pull on words that I don't fully use. And the irony is I get called out for it, saying that I'm trying to make myself sound intelligent. And we know that from basic Human Connection 101 from Dale Carnegie, from How to Win Friends and Influence People, showing your intelligence, for the pure factor of showing your intelligence, is not actually that great. And I'm at such a point where I'm saying fuck it, I don't even care that sounds on, because I'm basically doing this as a therapy session. So expressing in front of a crowd has been really challenging. It's been tough, and I've been getting blocked. And so today I went through practicing my speech. and I got blocked, and now I feel pretty defeated. I'm about 2 hours away from doing the presentation, and to be honest, I don't feel good about it. I really don't feel good about it. I don't want to do it, and I don't feel like my expression is that great right now, and I don't feel like I honestly, I feel so defeated right now, and I wanted to capture this. I wanted to capture this moment of me feeling like really defeated, man. Like, I've been trying to get my energy level up, but like I know that like I don't feel good. I don't feel good about it. And it's crazy because I've put in a lot of practice already too. And it's strange. I guess you could say it's good to feel this, right? Because feeling this feeling means that there's growth. There's definitely growth coming, but at the same time, I feel really defeated. And I'm being exposed. And the challenges is like, we all need support, right? We need support in different ways. And you may think like, you see me, I have a positive mindset, I have a strong mentality, I love getting outside my comfort zones, but even still, like, there's a way to be supported. And to be honest, up until this point, it's like I've been supported here, but like not what I give. And I guess that you can't expect people to give you support in the way you give it, you know. But we all learn differently. We all give support differently. We all care differently. We all love differently. This is why there's this thing called love languages. But I think that there's a certain way to create inspiration in a human when they're going outside the comfort zone. I think you have to be able to read. You have to be able to read the situation of what the human's going through. And when they're trying to learn or grow or go through a new level of themselves, there's a certain support you want to give to a human being while they're going through that transformation. And it's a lot of positive reinforcement. It's a lot of great job, a lot of focusing on what you're doing well. You know, we learn the best by positive reinforcement. That's been tested, you know. We learn the best by positive reinforcement. Think about it. Think about when you're trying to teach a dog, right? You're trying to teach a dog a trick. What do you do when it does the trick? You give it a treat. And so we learn through positive reinforcement. And through this process, I've really seen how little we, as human beings, at least the ones that I've been surrounded by, understand this. And I've been able to get feedback from quite a few different sources. I'd say over 10, maybe even 12 around that point, through the people that I'm connected through Toastmasters, through the people that I'm connected to through this other thing, and my partner. And it's kind of interesting to observe how little they understand this. And I know that may sound condescending, and it probably is a bit because of how I'm feeling in this moment. But I'll reframe that so I don't bring someone down because I'm down. Is that we're just not trained. We're not trained how to train people. We're not trained how to lift someone up. We're not trained how to grow someone. We're not trained how to grow someone's confidence. We're not trained how to positive reinforce people. You think about it. As a parent, you're told 185,000 times, no, stop, don't, you're doing it wrong, stop that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, stop that, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, stop, 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 stop. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's probably your childhood. I know that was mine. But like, there's one thing to tell someone not to do something, but there's also solutions to answers, right? Like if you're telling your kid not to do something, don't just tell them stop, don't. You want to give them a platform. You want to give them a road to be able to get beyond what they're in. You want to give them frameworks, and then you want to positively reinforce them what they're doing well so they feel compelled to keep doing it. Simple fucking science, man. It's simple fucking science. And that's why I feel that pain, is because it's like it's just not the way to do it. It's just not the way to do it. And so the interesting thing is that I'm creating all of this, by the way. I take full responsibility. I take full responsibility for this feeling right now. And I was just sitting in it for a second. Yeah, I want to avoid it. I don't want to do it. I don't feel compelled to do this, but I'm going to do it. And that's why I'm filming this video. Just take this moment to share with you, and for me, to be honest, this is therapy for me. I feel like sometimes it's challenging to communicate, but the irony is if I can communicate straight to a lens, no one butts in, you know. And then if someone wants to listen this far, they can, great. But if they don't, then that's fine too. So it's like a win. I don't know if it's a win-win, but it's a win for me. And then with that, if I show my low moments, hopefully that you can benefit from it as well, to see what I'm feeling internally. But I know at the end of all this, it's all going to work out, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's not the greatest mentality, it's not the greatest mindset before going to a speech. You want to be pumped yourself up. So I'm going to go to the next stage of this and see what I can do to get my state back, at least clear a bit of my state. I do this thing called the Callahan technique, where you do like tapping sequences. So below some of the energy out, I'll move some of this. It's called I can feel it right there. It's called dense negative energy. So I've got like dense negative energy. It has something to do with a neural pathway inside my mind that is being blocked. So I'm right now rewiring myself in a way that I've never done before. So it's like pretty overwhelming, and I'm doing it on kind of quite a few levels right now. So it's like I'm not giving myself a break from it. So it's all compounding, and so it's coming out of me in this form right now. So I'm just gonna let it go, and I wanted to check in and share this moment with you, and that is my cue. All right, take care.